Hi, welcome to my show called Inspired Blessings with G. Prince, and I want to thank you for joining us today. And my guest today is Dr. Patricia Nicholas, and she founded the Kindness Hearts Foundation. And her organization believes that teaching the Haitian people to help themselves and providing them with the tools to do so will also help them become self-sufficient. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Before you're going to be flying out again, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Patricia, were you born in America, or how did Haitian people become your purpose?
I was born in Haiti. I moved to the United States at the age of 14, and I've been living here ever since. I was educated here and everything. And after the earthquake of 2010, that's when the Lord called me back to Haiti.
Okay, so what was your reasons to come to America, first of all? When you
my parents lived here. I was raised by my uncle in Haiti, which is very usual for Haitian people. The parents leave and come here for a better life, and eventually they send back for you. So that's the reason I came here. My parents already lived here for years.
Right,
And then I moved here finally when I was 14 years old, my brother and I, in 1982.
Yeah, I can't believe the fact that you're saying that's standard, because that's a tough standard to have to not live with your parents.
It was very hard, you know. When you don't know what you're missing, you miss it, and then when you leave it, you miss where you were before. I vividly remember when I was coming here, I was distraught because I knew my life in Haiti. I knew my uncle did a great job educating my brother and I. We never felt like we're his nephew and niece.
Wow. Okay.
He really treated very nice, and we were excited to meet our parents because I never met my father. And I was very excited. My mom had gone to Haiti once, but it was bittersweet.
Sure.
You want to go meet your parents, but you know what you're leaving behind.
Right.
And when I moved here, I was 14. We lived in Brooklyn. It was a culture shock coming from I went to Catholic school in Haiti, and when I first moved here, I went to public school. It was an adjustment period for me. It's very hard. I mean, Right now, the standard, the Haitian people can make $1 US a day.
Wow.
That's their pay. If you're lucky, you make $4, like the regular average Haitian. I'm not talking about the educated one. So it's very hard, and there are very few jobs. There's not no big industry in the country. So there are very few jobs in Haiti.
Wow.
So most Haitian, my father and my mother were both educators in Haiti. They were both teachers. They left to make a better life for themselves and eventually for us.
Well, if you think about it, you're saying the fact that they were educators and they, so they were teachers. You would think that they would have made a decent amount of money. You're talking about $1 a day. I mean, I hate to say it, but Americans can take out pocket change and put it in a bowl for $1 a day.
That's exactly why I think, what I do now is so important. And I try to instill in people, you can do so much with so little if it goes to the right place.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. So the fact that you come to America, and so at the age of 14, what was your faith like?
I was raised Catholic. I used to tell people I was a born-again Catholic.
Okay.
That was my line. My uncle prayed every day for an hour. We were always late for school, and the nun knew it's because of him. We always went to church every Sunday. I did my first communion, my confirmation. But even as a child, I felt the presence of the Lord in my life.
Okay.
I always tell people I remember my confirmation song. It was the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. I can sing that song in French. It really touched me. It wasn't just a ceremony that I went through for me personally. I actually wanted to serve the Lord.
Right.
I used to want to be a nun and a doctor at the same time because in our culture, in the Asian culture, the only way you could give your life to God was to become a nun. So I thought I wanted to do that, and I said, God will figure out how I can become a nun and a doctor. That's up to him.
Right.
I always had a love for him. I wanted to serve him, and that's the only way I knew how to.
Well, that's good to see. I mean, not all Catholics think the way that you do. Some of them feel that church is just kind of more, I hate to say bondage, more of a religion. So it's good to see the fact that you found more to that,
Yes.
in your faith. Now, so when did the desire start in your spirit to help, the Haitian people, and why do they need help?
That came later on. Of course, I became born again at that time. I became a Christian. It's about 18 years now. And at the 4 years ago, the big earthquake happened in Haiti. earthquake is not something that is known to happen in Haiti. More likely you have to have hurricanes and tropical storm. When the news happened, it was January 12th, 2010. I never forgot the date because it was a Tuesday. I got a phone call from my girlfriend. He said, look at the TV. There is an earthquake in Haiti. I'm like, impossible. You've been a hurricane. I was correcting her. She goes, no, not a hurricane, an earthquake. I look at the TV and I saw the devastation.
Sure.
I'd left 30 years before, so it wasn't the Haiti I knew. And it was unbelievable.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, they already didn't have things to begin with. And now with this on top of that,
yes,
you talk about such devastation.
It was heart-wrenching.
Sure.
And, I didn't say right away I was going to Haiti. What happened is the next morning, I was getting ready to go to my office. I have a private practice. And I was opening my garage door. I remember the Holy Spirit voice so clearly till today. I heard him say to me, you're going to Haiti. That's all I heard.
Right.
And I want to tell you, prior to that date, I had no desire to go to Haiti. No desire to help, no desire to go back. My husband is not Haitian. I have 3 beautiful children. They're born and raised here. I had no desire, but the Holy Spirit spoke to me. And when you speak, you listen.
Yes, you do.
And I went to my office. I made a couple of phone calls. I told my colleagues, can they cover my office? And I called my husband. I knew it was the Lord when I called my husband and I told him, I'm going to Haiti to help. And he said, okay. To me, that's the Holy Spirit, because the normal thing would be like, you don't know anybody down there, the country's in chaos, how are you going to go to Haiti?
Right.
He didn't say that.
Right.
He just said, okay.
Now, and also the fact that you're a doctor of what?
I'm a podiatrist, I'm a foot specialist.
Right. And
yes.
to think the fact that you're leaving that practice, not leaving it, but temporarily, getting distracted, let's say. And sometimes that could hurt a business.
Yes. But I have to say that I'm so grateful to my colleagues. They all came through. They all volunteered to cover my practice, and I went for 8 days the first time. It was amazing. My profession really supported me. I mean, they still do. I want to tell you, they really helped me tremendously in that work. And, God made everything fall into place. And that's when you know it's the Lord working, because everything, it was like no question what's going to happen. Everybody lined up, and everything.
Well,
there was no excuse for me not to go at that point.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. And the fact that your husband backed you as well.
Yes.
Now, it must have been hard to leave your kids.
Yes, my kids were a bit, they weren't totally young. My youngest now is 14, he was 10. My kids are 20, right now 22 and 21. So 4 years ago, they were teenagers, they were self-sufficient.
Sure.
And I always trained them, I always told them, I always raise you this way. When I'm not around, you can do everything for yourself.
Right.
I guess it was good for them. Because I've been gone more than, ever since then.
I'm trying to teach my kids all throughout their life.
It's been like that ever since. So they're like, okay, mom is always going to Haiti or somewhere.
Right,
so it was hard for them, but they got it. They all been to Haiti. They understand this is what the Lord has called me to do now, and they're all on board.
Right. Now, how did you start the organization, Kindness Hearts Foundation, and did you get any help from the government of Haiti?
Okay. The answer, I'm going to start last with the help from the government. The answer is no. And how did I start the organization? After my first trip in January 2010 in Haiti, I saw thousands of people hurt and needing medical help. I volunteered that time, I treated the patient, but he kept saying to me, I felt the Lord saying to me, who's going to take care of them after you're gone?
Right.
Because, especially even though I left Haiti a long time, but my parents live here and they're still Haitian, I still deal with the Haitian people, not even my community, but I understand them more than the average person. And I volunteered again in February. That year, I went to 86 times.
Okay, 86 times? What?
6 times.
6 times.
Yes,
okay.
6 times the first year. I went in February, January, February, March, May, August.
And who helped you with the finances to go there?
No one.
Wow. That's a commitment.
It's a commitment. I was part of an organization called Caribbean American Medical Institute Association. They were helping me, which were trying to get people to donate, but mostly the money came from us. We gave, I paid for my ticket, somebody gave 100, he went to pay for medical supply, for food, for clothing, for water. So we didn't have major organization backing up. It was like between myself and a couple of colleagues and friends that helped. And of course my church, Grace and Truth Church, helped tremendously. After that trip in November, I was in the clinic working, And there was a young boy named Jacques. I always give his story because he is I think the turning point, how the Lord used me to start my organization. I saw him at the clinic. It was a Thursday. It was a school day. It was 11 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And I asked him, Jacques, what are you doing here? He said, I'm not going to school. Why? My mom cannot afford school. And that was public school. At that time, public school in Haiti, you had to pay for.
Sure.
They're trying, the current government is trying to change that. But back then, you paid. So when I inquired how much was the public school, it was $15 US.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So we paid for him to get his uniform and his little books. And that was the beginning of something.
Right.
Because I came back home in November, I'm like, oh no, I have to start my organization. Because it's just about giving them medical help no more. It's about helping the community change, be better.
Right.
And that's how we started the organization.
And so the Kindness Hearts Academy.
Yes, that's a school.
That's what that's for.
That's part of the school. The organization is called Kindness Heart Foundation. Under that umbrella, we built a school named Kindness Heart Academy, and we also have a clinic called Saint Medical Dorouk.
And you would have that information on the kindnesthearts.org.
Yes.
Kindnesthearts.org.
That's correct.
And so how many students would you say you have now?
Currently, the last numbers as of November was 264 students.
Oh my goodness, wow.
We started with one kid. Yes.
Kindergarten, preschool,
pre-K. They started at about 3-4 years old, and this year we finally went up to 8th grade because the government won't give us a license until 12. So every year they add a grade. So this year we went up to 8th. So we believe in God next year we'll be at 9th grade.
Wow! Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And oh my goodness, that's great. And I know the fact that you also teach the Foundation of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yes.
The kids are our church, Grace Central Church, and other church, and we always invite people to donate Bibles. Every kid get a Bible by the end of school year.
Wow.
The Bible kits cost $10, and we buy them in Haiti so we don't have to feed them, and they also in French for the kids to be able to read them.
Right. I think it is so important to be able to help organizations like your organization to help, children who really have no hope.
And that's the greatest thing. When I first started going there, even the pictures, the old pictures, I looked through them from time to time. The kids' face looked so sad, so forlorn. It's like they had no hope. They didn't know you were coming back. Because a lot of organizations go to Haiti and they say they're going to come back. They're going to do this, they're going to do that, but they never see them coming back.
Right.
And that's what I was saying before to you in the beginning, I believe your word should be your word.
Right.
If you say you're coming back, you should come back.
Right.
And then that establishes a trust with the people. They know you keep your word. It doesn't matter what other people do. It's what you do that matters.
Right, right.
So as they know that I was always coming back, now they know they're like, oh, she'll be back next month because they know I go every other month.
Right.
So they expect my visit.
Right.
They know if I say I'm coming back next month, I'm coming back next month.
Right.
If I don't come back, it must be something very major that holds me back from going.
Right.
So, but I've always gone when I've told them I was coming.
Right, right. No,
Yes.
that's great.
Yes.
And I felt that your organization was very important to be able to try to support, and that's why with Inspired Blessings is that, I do an online fundraising program that you
Yes.
also have on your website.
Yes.
So, and like I said, it's the most easiest really fundraiser that you could do, basically putting my website onto your website where people can be able to choose my book and over my 100 inspirational prints, and then you get a credit towards the purchase because they would put in the special remarks, Haiti's Hearts Foundation, so then that's why I know at the end of the year that you would get a donation check,
Yes, thank you.
based on purchases. So.
And people don't understand how important that is to partner with each other.
Yes.
And a dollar can make a difference in a child. I mean, it takes us $5 a month. I did the math. $5 a month to feed a child in Haiti.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Because
Oh
we
my
do
goodness.
feed them, most of our kids, they're very poor. And we feed them one hot meal a day. That one hot meal that we feed them might be the only meal they get until they come back.
Right. People that are working there, I guess some would be paid and some would be volunteers, right?
Everybody in Haiti is a paid person because the economy doesn't allow them to be a volunteer.
Yeah, you're right.
How are they going to eat if they volunteer? The only thing you can do is give them a bowl of rice.
Right.
How are they going to survive? And I've been very mindful of paying them a living wage.
Right.
You know, I've been told by the people of the town that everybody lining up to get a job at our school, we have limited resources, so we have limited job. We are the #1 employer in the town.
Wow.
And we do pay them on time every single month, which is
Right.
rare in a country like Haiti. So we are very good,
Oh,
loyal
sure. Yeah, no, they see.
employees.
Yeah.
Because they cannot volunteer, and I understand why. We you know, we let them come to do something simple, but we always have to bless them, because where else are they going to get it? There is no
Right.
other job in the town.
Right, but your type of place too needs to know that they can count on somebody coming through the door to do this, to do that, and you know, you
Yes.
really have to pay somebody, because it really ends up being more of a full-time job.
It is, because we have 3 cooks that cook for the kids every day. We have a groundskeeper that cleans, sweep,
Right.
dust the benches. You know, we have construction people that does the construction work, because we built a school, we built a clinic, and there's always things. So right now we put in traditional room because we overcrowded, because we started with 50 kids.
Right.
So now 264. That's why we had to build our own building.
Right.
You know.
Now, I had interviewed Pastor Jim Lupus, who's
Yes.
also your pastor.
Yes, he is.
Okay, and he wrote the book, The Olive Tree. And
yes.
as I was reading it, it's a fiction, Christian-based
Yes.
story. And so the thing is that when I was reading it and came across the missionaries there, and I think it was Dr. Patricia.
Dr. P, yes.
Dr. P or
Dr.
something
P
like that
is
that
me.
time, right? And as I'm reading it, I'm like, wait a minute, he's talking about Dr. Patricia, you know? And, you know, and talking the fact that they were trying to share the gospel of Jesus Christ there. But what they was seeing is the fact that there was a lot of voodoo teachings in Haiti.
I'm telling you, that's one of my greatest obstacle. But the thing is, that's where the Lord shines. If anybody knows the Haitian culture, so even the Catholics, they go to church on Sunday and they go to the voodoo priest on Saturday. And a lot of them live, I think most of Haitians live in fear of the devil, not in love with God.
Okay, right.
You know, they serve God because they fear the devil.
Sure.
Not because they love God. And I get that all the time, especially in the clinic, when they come with diseases, they always tell me somebody put a spell on them. I'm going to give you a simple example. Recently, in November, I was going to Haiti. I went in November. 2 days before I went, the guy that is in charge, we have a young man that is in charge of our program in Haiti, Mackenzie Leo, he called me and he sent me a text and he showed me a picture of his foot. He had athlete's foot,
Okay.
but he looks horrible. He's dark skin, he looks all white. And everybody in the town told him he should go see the voodoo priest because somebody put a spell on him because they're jealous of his position in organization. So I told him, I'm coming in 2 days, I'll bring you medication. Thank God he's a man of God. You know, I've ministered to him, I've baptized him.
Yep.
You know, he's married, he has a family. And I bought him the medication. And I only spent 4 days in November.
Right.
So I came back, and 2 weeks later, he sent me a picture. His hand, you know, he had it all over his hand.
Right.
He's totally healed,
Right.
completely healed.
Right.
If he had gone to the voodoo priest, they would have told him somebody did put spells on him. They would have give him some concoction that wouldn't have worked.
Right,
And they
right.
would have said that their voodoo is so powerful.
Right.
So I told him, American medicine works.
Right.
You know, we don't have to do things out of fear, out of ignorance. But we know some of those things have no power is because people don't know, they're not educated, and that's our biggest work,
Sure.
to educate them and say, no, it's just a fungal infection.
Right, right.
You know, but if, you know, the voodoo priest can tell them I put a spell, and they believe him because they don't
Right.
know any better.
Right.
So that's other things. Those are the things that we do down there that is so important.
Sure. Now, how did Hurricane Sandy affect Haiti?
We did have some damage to our school because we were just in construction at that point. One of our walls, because we weren't able to cover it yet, we didn't have enough funding to do the roofing. So one of our walls did fall off, but you know, but nothing major. So we were able to fix that wall when that happened.
Right, right, right. But I think Haiti in itself was really affected,
All
wasn't
the,
it?
you know, every little thing, because we don't
Water,
have good infrastructure, because actually our school is on the ocean, literally on the beach.
Oh,
like,
okay,
you know,
wow.
from the school you can see, we have a patio, you can,
Right.
the kids can go walk to the beach. So because we're infrastructure of the country and the services are not there, I tell people all the time, people always ask me, there are poor people in America. My daughter was a Girl Scout. She did a gold award. We are a giving family. We don't just give to Haiti and say we only give to
Right,
Haiti.
right.
We give to organizations as well.
Right.
And in Haiti, there is no social services. You cannot go to a soup kitchen and get food for the
Right,
day.
right.
There is no retirement home. There is no social, you know, they're going to get a check in the mail.
Right,
There
right.
is no such thing. You either fend for yourself
Right, right,
or somebody help you.
right.
So it's a different way. This is different. It's totally different than how we think. But in our organization, we really mindful of the Word of God. I don't believe in giving people something for nothing because I think you enable them to be lazy. I'm big on that. If somebody come and sweep, I will feed you, but don't come and tell me, Dr. Nicholas, can I have $10?
Right.
No, there's not a tree in America that we have free money. We will help you, but you have to help yourself. Right. We have, we have a bunch of young teachers graduating from teaching school that is working for us. We have a doctor. And we want to help them. We'll help you. We give you a job. We give you self-respect, self-esteem. We're not giving you just line up every day and we'll give you some free food, some free clothes. I think that defeats the purpose of teaching them to have pride in themselves, have dignity.
Exactly.
And our plan is to really work toward them, knowing that eventually they have to do this for themselves. We're not going to forever give them food, forever give them clothing, forever give them a job, because that defeats the whole purpose of trying to help them.
Right. Now, so your school's been around for how long, you say?
We started our own. At first, we paid for the kids to go to other people's school, and in last year, actually 2013, no, in 2015, 2013, we moved into our building.
Oh, okay.
And we built a new building. We started in 2011 in the local church. We had all the kids in one room. One classroom. First, it was very chaotic for the kids.
It'll be great to see them graduate.
Yes, I cannot wait for that. And so now we move into our school 2013 in September. And so it's technically 2 years old in the new building when they each have their own classrooms and their own teachers. And last year we had 140 kids. This year we had 325 kids registered.
Wow.
But because some parents don't bring them, so right now the regular number is 264.
Sure. Do you have any medical care?
Yes. The way the school is built, the school is in the back. When you open, we have gates. When you open the gate, there is a building that is a clinic. So our kids, when they're sick at the school, they get sent to the clinic. And the doctors keep a list, and they get 3 free visits, 3 free care. Because we don't do it every time they're sick, they come. It's because the parents will send them there for no reason. And they won't understand the value of the care they're getting. So knowing the culture, it helps a lot to understand their culture and how they think. When we first started the school, the parents didn't pay anything. And guess what? The whole town was saying we didn't have a good school. How can a school that is so good from America be for nothing? They must know nothing. The following year, we charged them $1, US dollar. Some of them were like, okay. This year, the parent had to give close to $40. I mean, we have about 75 kids that cannot afford to pay it. So we get a scholarship program based on need, based on their grades. If you rank number 1 or number 2 in the class, you get free scholarship. We give you everything to encourage them to learn. And the parents want them to learn this way they can get that. And suddenly our school is ranked number 1. Because it's a school from America. Not anybody can afford to go. If you're not a good student, that they give you a scholarship. It elevates the school to a different level. So you have to understand their culture, that if the clinic, the same thing, the clinic was started with nothing. What kind of medicine are they giving over there if it's for nothing? So now we charge them $1 for the medication, $1 for the visit. Suddenly we're somebody. So.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
And do they wear uniforms and things like that?
The kids have uniform. They have a khaki jumper and a burgundy top, and all the grades wear skirts. The girls
Now, what kind of, if you could say, what kind of help that you need? What can people do?
There is so much need every day that the number one thing that I'm always worried about every single week is to feed the kids. Because every Friday, I get a call. And I need to send the money for Saturday because open market is on Saturday, that they can buy the food, So every Friday, I have to make sure that I send the money to feed the kids. And that's always my priority. We have construction thing, we're fixing the bathroom, we're fixing a lot of stuff, but my number one priority is always anything can stay, but the kids have to eat every week. So right now, the amount of kids we have, it takes about $300 US. In the scheme of life, it is not a lot for us in America, but it's a lot when you're paying the school. We have about 34 employees. We have to get medication down there, and we're still doing construction, plumbing, because there's no running water in the town. There is no bathroom in the town.
Oh, wow.
Our school is probably one of 2 places in the whole town that you can find a bathroom.
Really? Wow.
And we actually had to hire somebody to teach the kids how to use the bathroom.
Really?
To be standing at the bathroom to wipe them and to flush the toilet.
Third world country, I guess
Third
you
world
could
country.
say, huh?
And there is no running water, so we finally got pipe into the school, so now we have to pay for them to put a, what you call this, a cistern kind of deal.
Right.
A cistern so we can have a pump with a well to pump the water.
Right.
We don't have any electricity. We have a generator, but it'll be more cost efficient if we can get solar energy. So there's a lot of need, but my number one priority is always to feed the kids and then to pay the people that are working for us.
Right, right.
Yes.
And so pretty much that they can be able to go to kindesthearts.org to make a donation to help you. Yeah.
Yes.
And you have an event that's coming up.
Yes, we have an event that coming out on Saturday, January 31st at Grace Central Church at 6 p.m. We have
That's 2015.
2015 in 3 weeks. We have a fundraising dinner at Grace Central Church to raise money for the school and for the Bibles for the kids.
Right.
Yes.
And so that's where I'm also going to have a table so
Yes.
people can be able to purchase my book or Inspirations, and there'll be credit
Yes,
towards
thank
your
you.
organization.
And they can go on the website to register for that as well.
Yes. And they would go to the kindesthearts.org.
Yes.
Okay. What you're doing is just amazing, and how far you've really got to this point. And oh my goodness, a lot of kids there are so grateful for what you're doing.
Yes. Sometimes you don't realize how much you do unless somebody else goes and tell you. Because I feel like I talk to Haiti almost every day to get an update what's going on. And my girlfriend recently went with me, Judith, and she came back and she goes, "This is the hub of the town. You don't know how much you're affecting the people until somebody else goes." Because everybody goes to our school.
Right.
The parents come to the school to pick up their kids. They come to the clinic to get medical care. They're looking for a job there. And I'm grateful to the Lord that the Lord can use me in that way. Because sometimes we think, I always say, you think your career is what God called you to be, but I always feel that God called me to be a doctor. This way eventually could use me to do that work in Haiti.
Thank God.
And I'm very grateful to Him.
I always like to give my guests one of my inspirations, and I chose this one, Above and Beyond. Books and Inspired Blessings inspirational prints are available at jeanmarieprints.com. And that's because I feel that this would be on the behalf of the children that you have helped, okay? You have inspired me to follow my dreams. You supported me with your actions and guided me with wisdom. Impress me beyond words so that I cannot express the magnitude of my gratitude. How wonderful you have to let me into your life and make me realize that God had a hand in planning for us to meet. I can tell when things are just a coincidence or meant to be. Being in God's plan is more than I could have dreamt. It can take me by surprise and give me an exciting opportunity just around the bend. I'm looking forward to this journey together, knowing that I'm building a relationship with you, a friendship with a lifetime of memories, of your love and support that will bless me, above and beyond the boundaries God has set for us. I hope that in the future I can show you the same kindness by being there for you on a day when you may need it the most. When life is discouraging and brings your spirits down, I will encourage you by lifting your spirit with the same magnitude and grace you have extended to me. So on behalf of the Haitian people, I give this to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
I know.
God
Thank you
bless
so much. And I want to thank you for joining us today. So keep inspired blessings within arm's reach to help give you comfort when others are at a loss for words. Thank you, and God bless.
With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible.